Hello. How my people doing? Welcome to Wednesday Qigong. Keeping it real with some self-regulation themes. How are you? So good to see you here. Notice your breath, notice your heartbeats, notice what you need today. Just melt into your essence. Melt into your essence. Your every single element. Melt into your water, melt into your metal, melt into your fire, melt into your air, melt into your earth. You are all of the elements meeting in this cosmic goo of a soup of you. So melt, 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 melt. Where is everyone hiding? Don't let me catch you eating that candy cane. It's okay, people will pop on. I want this class to just kind of be a recap of, our conversation meditation part of the self-regulation theme. Just to kind of give me feedback on what you might have learned from the past couple weeks in exploring what self-regulation means to you. Have you become more self-regulated the past couple of weeks, not only by the classes, but by doing the homework? What do you notice in your life besides qigong helps you regulate? What have you been doing more? What causes you to deregulate? Those are the questions I want answered in the comments below, because I think it's a great conversation for the community to have. And just to kind of keep it real with each other, So that's basically it. Those are the three questions. What have you gotten out of class? And what does being regulated feel like? What do you notice about self-regulation? What's easier for you to do in your life? What's harder when you're not regulated? What has become more relaxing and less stressful in your life since you've explored more self-regulation? And then two, well, I guess it's a two-part question, that first one, what have you learned from class? What are some things that you've applied in your life that you didn't know before? And then three, what are ways you self-regulate besides qigong? And four, what have you noticed really deregulates you? So those are the questions. The four questions. I'll go over it one more time. 1, what does self-regulation bring to your life? How does it help you in your life? How do you notice you feel differently? What feels better in your life when you're self-regulated? Number 2, what did you learn out of class the past couple of weeks that you didn't know? And about applying the techniques. What did you get out of it? And then 3, what are ways that you've realized that you self-regulate besides qigong? And have you been doing more of that? And are you able to do more of that and be disciplined to do more of that? And then 4, what have you noticed deregulates you? And are you doing less of that? Those are my questions, and I want the community to have a conversation about it, and I want to keep talking about it. Notice your breath, notice your heartbeats. I mean, there are some basic things that keep us regulated, like sleep, eating. Yeah, those two things are pretty important. Exercising. Notice your breath, notice your heartbeats. We're going to get started here as we recap in the comments below or in the chat. We can absolutely have this conversation today. I'd love to talk about what self-regulation has brought you in your life, how it feels, has it changed your emotional reality, your mental reality, your physical reality. You know, sometimes when we're not self-regulated, we don't even realize the capabilities and potentials that we have to create a better lives for ourselves. And when we're self-regulated, we're just doing it like a dehumidifier. When we're self-regulated, we might not even see the dust in the corner. We might not even know we need to clean it up when we're not self-regulated. But when we're self-regulated, it's just like, oh, let me just clean that dust, no problem. When we're not self-regulated, little things seem harder. They're just harder. Everything is harder. When we're self-regulated, everything just comes naturally. A lot of things, that's what I've noticed in my life. And I hope I can bring that to you in this class or private consultations, whatever you need. So notice your breath, my friends. Notice your heartbeats. Connect with the cosmic goo of you. Every single cell of your body is vibrating at a certain frequency. Can you tune them up together? As you notice your breath, your heartbeat. What do you need today? Notice what you want. Notice what you need. And whenever you're ready, share your intentions in the chat so we can direct a class just for you. And take your time. Breathe a few more times. And whenever you're ready, share your name, please, and your intention. My name is Aveva. My intention is to be here with all of you today and to recap on the last few classes where we had the conversation about self-regulation, to answer any questions, feedback that you might have, and all that jazz, and to continue to explore self-regulation today, not only just by doing qigong, but by recognizing what needs to be regulated in our bodies. What are your intentions out there? Not a lot of people here today, right now. I know y'all come later when the live is over. What I might do is walk away for a moment. I don't know. I just kind of want a couple of intentions before we get started. If you're here, let me know you're here. I want to know who's here. I want to know how you're feeling. Hey, Lucy. So happy you could join us. What do you need today? We'll jump right in if I know people are here. Into the self-regulating pool of cosmic gooey love. I'm grateful for you. Make sure your environment is set. I'm going to make sure that I've got my alarms off. All right. And let's go ahead and get started. Oh, I like that. My name is Aviva, and my intention is to be here with all of you today. And like I said, focus on the theme of self-regulation. And I think that you've definitely hit on something that is a part of self-regulating. Lucy's intention is to be okay with letting things sit sometimes and not always needing an immediate resolution. That is absolutely a self-regulating benefit. When you're self-regulated emotionally and mentally and physically, you don't feel as much of that urgency. Things just happen a little more naturally and relaxed. That sense of urgency is often the fight or flight mode that we get into when we feel attacked or threatened, or constipated emotionally, mentally, and just not regulated. So everything feels like an emergency to get that regulation that we need. At least that's my take on it. I could be wrong. And some of, like, unless we even know what self-regulation is, some of us, like, we don't even realize that that's an actual thing that we can be experiencing every day, every moment, because we're just so used to not being regulated. And it's similar to if there was a wheel and we lived on a wheel. If we lived on the outside of the wheel, we would be like constantly going around in a circle. But if we lived in the center of the wheel, we wouldn't be moving around in the circle, even though everything else is. And so when you're self-regulated, everything is so much easier because you're in the middle of the circle and everything's spinning around you. You're not spinning with it. When you're not regulated, you're not grounded, you're not centered, and you're spinning with the spin. And it's very exhausting, very dizzying, very not fun. Unless you enjoy it like for a little bit, like a roller coaster ride, but it just throws you out of whack, throws your back out of whack, your shoulder out of whack, emotions out of whack. So, hello, Jabri. Your intention is to be here with you today on this beautiful sunshine day, and he'd like some attention to his whole body down to the feet. Let's go ahead and breathe in our intentions. Release anything in the way. Life is a process. Breathe in your intentions. Release anything in the way. Let things marinate. Tastes better that way. Slow cook. Breathe in. Release. Breathe in your intentions. Release anything in the way. Breathe in your intention. Release resistance. Let this moment be forever. We're going to start with the confidence centering mudra. And please just release anything that might be in the way of you being here in the moment. Maybe turn the lights down, turn the phones off. We're going to bring the index and the ring to the thumb. Breathe with this mudra of centering, of confidence, of digestion. And I'd like to talk a little more about what Lucy said. Did I say Lucy? I'm like reading and talking at the same time. About not always needing an immediate resolution. I think when we feel stuck in other aspects of our lives, when we're not regulated in other aspects of our lives, we need something to be resolved right away, because resolution brings movement. And if we don't have movement in other things, then it's like, okay, well, can we at least get this moving? Because I know this is stuck. And I think part of being stuck is not knowing what you're stuck in. So when you know there's something you're stuck in that needs resolution, you really crave for that to be resolved right away, because that's something you can recognize as being stuck, or think that you have, power and control over, when it might be what you have least control over. It's like you can't force poo-poo to come out. I mean, you can take a laxative, whatever, but you can regulate yourself. You can do qigong every single day. You can do that discipline. You have that power. You can do your dishes every day. You can dust. And those things don't have to be stuck. And I do want to review the list of what self-regulation is. So that all these things you can do to self-regulate every single day. Absolutely. Repeating is really healthy. When we have an emotional stuckness, which is kind of fight or flight, and we want something to be resolved right away, we definitely feel that more when we're not self-regulated in other ways, because we think that we have control over that, at least because we can identify it as something that's not moving. But if we're having movement in every aspect of our lives, i.e. regulation, like things are constantly being processed, like recognizing our own feelings about things and knowing how to dive into that and release it. Physical things, getting enough sleep. If we feel regulated, then we have this like healthy motion, healthy wave, healthy rhythm within us, and things are just being worked through emotionally. And when we don't have that, then we might be stuck in all these ways that we don't even recognize. And so when we recognize one way we're stuck, it represents every way that we're stuck. And we want it to be resolved right away, because that has become the spoke in the wheel, the stick in the wheel that you think is stopping everything else from moving. But it's actually just like if you're in the center of the wheel and things are moving anyway because you're self-regulating, then it's not a stick in the wheel. It's just a bump in the road, if that makes sense. I mean, if there's this like mental thing that happens to us when we're like, okay, if I just get this one thing, then everything in my life will flow more. And we get like obsessive about like getting that one thing. If I just get $1 million, if I just meet the love of my life, if I just, I don't know, eat this one food. Like we can fixate on all kinds of things. And that just means that we're not moving through things on a regular basis. So we like want this one magical thing to melt away. But the actual magical thing that'll help everything move is to come back to the center and not be at the outside of the wheel, but in the center of the wheel. And then doing that discipline of the meditation. And I know it's more complicated than what I'm speaking of, but there is some truth to that self-regulating. For example, here's a good analogy. At the end of the day, sometimes I get in the zone, but a lot of times I can't see straight and I keep trying to work and push it and work and push it, and then I fall asleep on myself. And then I wake up the next day and suddenly everything is so much easier. I do things faster. I do things with more awareness, with more intelligence. I see things clearer because I'm more awake, because I regulated, because I went to sleep. And so you can recognize these ways that you're physically and emotionally and mentally not all there. And that means you need to like pause and regulate. It's like the same exact thing in wanting a resolution right away emotionally is like me wanting to finish editing a movie like right now. But it's going to be a couple of weeks until I get it done because first of all, I need more raw footage. Second of all, I need editing time. Third of all, I need sleep during that editing time. Like I can't just go for 72 hours straight. I need to eat. I need to sleep. And so we have to allow us to have our human needs met during all the processes of life. And it might mean making certain sacrifices, like doing the discipline of meditation or exercise or taking a break from communicating with certain people, having to disappoint people sometimes. But if you recognize how important that is for you to self-regulate, you can't worry about what other people think because you know that you need a reboot. You can't just keep giving. My computer can't keep giving to me even though it's in an inanimate object. If it's filled with data and information, it's not going to keep processing files for me. It's going to tell me to delete files. So if someone in your life is expecting so much from you, it's like the same thing. It's like, give me a second. I need to delete this information. I need to categorize this information. Like, it's too much. We're going to move to our heart mudra, and then we'll stand and do some moving motions. This is the heart. This is another amazing regulating mudra. Index to the bottom of the thumb, thumb to the middle and the ring. And like I talked about in the other class, you are not anyone else's lifeline. Everyone has their own lifeline, their own connection to the divine. And if they're sucking off your energy, if this is the analogy that we used, is a gas burning stove. Just enough gas comes to the burner and then it flicks on. If your gas is going to another burner, then that burner is, the flame's gonna be too big and it's gonna flood it and it won't even function right. And then there's not enough gas coming to your burner and then it won't even light. So it's gotta be even. We all have our own burners and there's infinite amounts of gas. Qi. Let's do one more deep breath. This is really good for heart space marination. Another stuck thing is when we feel certain things are futile because we have to repeat them. But repetition doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Like like procrastination, like waiting to do laundry until you have a lot of stuff. You don't have to. You can just throw a small load in. You can just keep things moving with the little things, like waiting to sweep off the porch until the day the leaf blowers come and put leaves on your porch. So no, you can just do it again. It's okay. Repetition is life. Repetition is healthy. Repetition is creating patterns and movement. And we think about that with certain things in our life when we procrastinate, but we don't think about that when it comes to eating. We eat every day. So, yeah, repetition is okay. You can just do a little bit at a time. Nom, 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 nom. All right, we're going to stand. Find our ready position. We're just going to start with ready position. A real easy little. I'm going to wipe off my mat real quick. But yeah, sometimes we want resolution right away because that resolution is going to meet a need of ours, and we have an unmet need that needs that. So then it's just important to recognize what is that unmet need and is there another way that you can meet it. All right, ready position is finding a position when you're standing where your feet are shoulder width apart and there's space under your arms and your knees are slightly bent. And you kind of wiggle around until, like when you're plugging something in, sometimes it doesn't go in right away. You have to wiggle it depending on the outlet and the plug. You're the plug and the outlet is the position that you get into. And you wiggle around until you really feel that you've inserted into that qi outlet. You really feel plugged in. And you start to feel a vibration throughout your whole body when you're really plugged in. And it's like you're accessing that qi. And the qi is starting to fill you up with energy. Breathing becomes easier. Everything becomes easy in your life when you have energy. Easier. Relaxing the shoulders. Absolutely. Yeah, just wiggle around until your pelvis is like centered down and try to get to the edge of a chair so that your pelvis can do that. That's where a lot of the stuff gets locked in our pelvis when it comes to plugging in. And it's almost like your waist has feet. So imagine that feet are coming out of your waist. And when you're sitting, imagine that your waist is standing in a position and rock until that position feels plugged in. And so it helps to kind of like come to the edge of the chair and let the feet kind of be on the ground. But if one leg needs to be raised, you just explore it in your body. Like opening the shoulders helps to feel access to the chi. And you just kind of find where you might be constricted as you're sitting or lying down. And that constriction is the answer to opening it up and then feeling the chi. Kind of like if a vacuum hose is, or a straw is kinked somewhere, you find that kink and you get air through it wherever it is. So it's often easier to find the energy flow when you're standing because you're not bent, but you absolutely can find it while you're sitting or lying down. It just might take a little longer, and just wiggle until you can feel the chi. Oh, I forgot to put the link if anyone is interested in donating to class. I do have a general donation link that you can check out. On that link, there's Venmo, Cash App, and I got my Cash App fixed, by the way, as far as I know. I mean, it's like a risky thing. I guess it could freeze on me at any moment. Here's my link. But yeah, if you just want to lean on the ankle that's not hurting and stand, you could do that too. And but it's fine to sit. Okay, so we found our ready position, and so now we've activated the chi. So whatever we do, we're kind of doing stuff. So we're going to do the muscle tendon change form today. You can definitely do it sitting at the edge of the chair. So it's like when you're sitting at the edge of the chair, you're just like literally at the edge, kind of hanging over. And we're going to start by lifting the arms up. The wrists are connected to imaginary strings, and then they gently float down like feathers. And then you go all the way around and you bring your hands to your heart. And then you circle the hands down. So the right hand is in the left. And then we're just going to lift our arms up, pointing the fingers to the ceiling, bending the knees, and relaxing those toes. Your arms are slightly forward, not totally out to the side. And you're breathing into those wrists, relaxing that neck, relaxing the lower back. You're going to release that down. Wrist up. and down, all around. Hands together and down. And you're going to grab an invisible ball between your hands and you're going to wiggle it up an imaginary tube. And then you're going to push it higher and higher. Good. Relax down. You're going to do that again. And relax your face. Allow the lips to part. Allow there to be a little smile. Because that's a relaxed face. Opening up the neck. And down. One last time. Sending love to all of you. You're deeply loved and appreciated and accepted. Down. Wrist up. And all around. Good job. Now we're going to turn 45 degrees to the right. We're going to circle the ball in front of us, and then it goes a little further each time. The other direction, please. Keep noticing your breath. Back to the center, wrists up. Rolling down. All around. Hands to your heart. Circle down. Come to the sides. Rotate that right shoulder back. Nice slow circles. Bring the right hand up to the heart level as if you're holding a small tennis ball. You're going to bring it across the body a little further each time, keeping this underarm open, not tight. Keeping the hips open, thighs open. It's constant body check, body awareness to see what are you squeezing that doesn't need to be squeezed shut. And how do you open it? Including your face might be like, reaching. Direction. Opening that underarm on the opposite side. Try not to judge yourself. If you're doing anything, that's amazing. Try not to think, am I doing this right? Am I doing it good enough? If you feel something, you're doing it good enough. Just doing something is better than nothing, trust me. Just do it. Or you'll judge yourself for not doing anything. You know how we get. That was not the real movement. I just felt like doing that. And I forgot that these arms were so big. I love playing with them. Down and under. Okay, good job. We're going to open the legs wide. You can do this sitting too. You can open sitting. And we are going to clasp the hands together. We're going to push them down as we squat down a little bit. And then bring the hands up, around and around. Always think about what can I do instead of what can't I do. There's always something you can do because there's a lot of boring, mundane things we can always do, like taking 10 deep breaths, like getting rid of 5 things, like doing laundry. It just feels good to do things. Even writing a to-do list is doing things, organizing the brain. Bring the right hand to the upper back and the left on top of that. You can just stay here. If you have no blood pressure issues, go ahead and bend over if that's comfortable for you, or even if you don't. If you prefer to just stand upright and breathe, that's fine too. If you want to bend over, that's fine too. Breathe a few times. Come up. Now you're going to have the other hand closest and then the other hand on top of it. You're going to do 3 more deep breaths. Good. Wrist up. Down. All around. Hands to your heart. Hands. I need to take a sip of water. Okay, the next move, we're just going to drop the chest down to one knee. We're going to bend the knees and come up. We're going to go back and forth. And then up and down. Good. Let's bring the feet together. Just up. All around. Take your time. I rushed it a little bit. Good job. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Alrighty, dighties. We're gonna do some more shoulder stuff and upper back stuff and liver stuff. Because liver stuff is connected to our shoulder stuff, by the way. I forget what ankle stuff is. I think it's bladder stuff, bladders and kidneys, but I could be wrong. All right, so we're gonna start with, oh, this is one of my favorite ones. We're just going to bring backs back, forward, and then bend over. Okay, good job. Feet are just shoulder width apart. Reach up and back. Okay, now I'm getting it. I'm remembering it now. And then just like this, not crossing. think I want to try breathing the other way. You can breathe anyway. What have I breathed out? I usually breathe in. Now I'm going to breathe in going down. We'll just naturally breathe in going down. Actually, you can breathe in and then out every time you come to center. I didn't lean back that time. That's fine. Whatever you feel like editing it so it feels good to you. Just a few more. Oh my gosh. Okay, shake it out. Let's take a break. Let me tell you, I got very hot doing that. So let's take my little jacket off. So this next one is a twist. Pretty much all twists are good for the liver. This one is specifically good for the liver because we're stretching our inner leg and our legs in general. That liver channel comes on the inside of our leg here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cross the wrists and then we're going to twist to the right, lifting the left arm up and bringing out the right arm straight like this. And we're going to bend forward, bending both knees and twist. And use your creativity if you're sitting, just do whatever you can. You can always improv the chi. Back and forth. We're going to do about 10 altogether on each direction. Feel like it's a dance. Feel like you're floating if you can. Last one on each side. Good job. All right, let's shake it out. Are there any specific moves that people find the most regulating of all the qigong moves? We're going to do a foot massage today, so we've got about just like 15 more minutes of standing exercises, and then we're going to do the self massage of our legs. So let's see, what do I want to do? I want to talk for a minute because, yeah, remember how I said everything is easier when you're self regulated? Because staying with a task longer is easier. Like focusing becomes easier. So let's see, I had the list here. Oh, I just found notes that I didn't talk about. I'm going to have to do another class on self-regulating. Okay, so it must be on the first 6 pages because it looks like I didn't get to 7. Here it is. Self-regulating strategies. Okay, take a picture of that. And all the stars are qigong. And that is my argument for saying qigong every day is one of the best self-regulating tools out there. But I want to go over the list because I want to find out what else you can do besides qigong to self-regulate. So let's think of a move we can do while I talk. What haven't we done in a while? I guess we could do the crane. The crane is really good for balance. I just did a lot of arms. I don't want your arms to get really tired, but hey, it's good to do arm workouts. And if your arms are tired, you can just do the legs. And the cool thing about qigong is you can always just imagine yourself doing it. And the reason why that works is the same reason why these self-regulating strategies work, because when you imagine yourself doing a move, you're still doing some of these self-regulating strategies. Check it out. So I'm going to do the crane and I'm going to tell you what they are. So the crane is opening up the arms, bringing one knee up. You can't see it, but I'm bringing a knee up. And then you bring it down and you cross your wrists. And you can be walking around as you do this and you just go back and forth. Now, what you can also do is just lift a heel. You don't have to lift the whole foot, depending on your comfort level. Okay, so here's the things that are self-regulating. 1, consciously attending to breathing and relaxing, which you can do by just imagining doing this. So literally just playing this class in the background while you do other things is a way to self-regulate. Use me as your self-regulating tool, as your self-regulating video. Number 2, exercise. Okay, so just imagining yourself exercising is not really exercising, so I guess you're going to have to get up for that one. Movement, I guess you're going to have to get up for that one. That's number 3. 4, awareness of body sensation. See, that you can do by just imagining doing the qigong. So you can do those 2 self-regulating things, which are just attending to your breathing and your relaxation, and being aware of your body sensations. Are you hot? Are you cold? Are you shaking? Are you still? Are you tingling? So the next one is just attending to care for your body. So just by imagining doing these exercises, you are attending to your body. But that also counts as eating and sleeping. The next one is meditation and prayer. See, these are all different. You can be meditating as you're imagining yourself doing it. So that's 3 ways you can self-regulate just by imagining doing these movements and not even doing them. The next one is self-expression, art, music, dance, and writing. And the next one is caring, nurturing self-talk. So if you are imagining yourself doing this, you could be saying, I love myself. And then you're doing yet another thing to self-regulate just by imagining doing it. Now, if you're actually doing it, then 7 out of 8 of these self-regulating strategies for managing yourself and having an easier life are checked off the list. The only one that's not is self-expression. But if you're cracking a joke while you're doing qigong or doing a little dance move, guess what? All 8 self-regulating tools are covered in one of my classes or any qigong class. And I want to know what else you do besides qigong to strategize with your self-regulating. Once again, 1, what are you doing to consciously attend to your breathing and relaxing? If you're not doing anything, then you need to be doing qigong or something else. Number 2, how are you exercising? Is it really enough? Number 3, how are you moving? Number 4, how are you awareness of your body sensations? How are you aware of your body sensation? Number 5, how are you attending to care for your body and to give yourself good nutrition? Number 6, how are you meditating and praying? Number 7, how are you self-expressing? Number 8, how are you caring and nurturing for yourself with your talk? That's a huge one. That is a huge one that a lot of us deregulated. When we're deregulated, we are not being kind to ourselves. We are saying to ourselves, you stupid idiot. We're going to switch now. We're going to cross as we raise the knee and then come down. We're saying, you are such an idiot. Everyone hates you. You are so hateable. Nobody likes you. You are just smelly and fat and whatever else you're telling yourself. You are bad. You're a bad girl. You're a bad boy. You are not feeding yourself well. You had too many cookies, too many biscuits. You did not resist the biscuit. And it's not like you have to like actively try to self-talk. You just have to be aware, like, what are you saying? Is it mean? Because if it's mean, just stop saying that. And basically, it's really, really simple. Self-talk is either you saying good job or bad job. And having good friends like Lucy who give you positive talk and say good job to you makes it more likely for you to say to yourself, good job. Because it's easier to feel like someone's saying bad job if you've heard that from certain people in your life, your whole life. And so literally it can just be good job or bad job that you say to yourself all day long. Like, I moved a pencil into a pencil holder. Good job. Instead of, ugh, I have 20 more pencils to move. I'm so bad. Does that make sense? Or like, I just washed my sheets. Good job. Instead of, I should have done this a week ago. I'm bad. Even though you just did something good. So that's all it is. That's all self-talk is. Good job or bad job, pretty much. And then it can get intricate. But yeah, accents do help with everything because they're fun. They're self-expressive. I'm adding a finger movement because it feels good. All right, just one more on each side, and then we'll have time to do a couple more moves before we do the foot massage. So I like to protect people's anonymity in this class, Jeffrey, so I don't necessarily want to give away who they are. Yes, I will repeat the 8 as we do a move. What move should we do? Let's do... It's okay, Shelby. We're gonna bring that foot up and then bring it behind us, back and forth. It's almost like ballet, but it's actually stretching the liver meridian. A lot of ballet stuff is liver stuff. Okay, the 8 self-regulating strategies. Number 1, consciously paying attention to your breath and your relaxation level. Number 2, exercising. Number 3, movement. Number 4, being awareness, having awareness of your body sensations. Number 5, attending to self-care and like nutrition. So like that could be giving yourself a pedicure also. Just anything that's like nurturing your body, like putting cucumbers over your eyes, like that's a self-regulating fun technique. Like just honoring your temple. Number 6, meditating and prayer. Number 7, self-expression, art, etc. And number 8, can't read it backwards, caring and nurturing self-talk. Saying, good job, you rock, girl. All right, other side. So you're just basically kicking that leg behind you, out to the side and behind. That's just waking up that liver meridian. Liver stuff is basically so regulating. It's actually one of the most self-regulating meridians because the liver is responsible for the hormones, and the hormones regulate us. The hormones are basically messengers that say, you rock, good job. Encouraging yourself instead of discouraging yourself. That's what happens when we're triggered. We're like, oh, I'm such a bad person. I'm doing something wrong. I'm a good person. It's like that video, that viral video of that girl. That's some good self-talk. I love my life. I have the best life ever. I have a beautiful house. I have beautiful hair. I have amazing friends in my life. All right, now we're going to cross in front of the body with that leg and out to the side. So these 8 things are things you could do. Let's switch the legs when you're triggered too. I mean, when you're triggered, you want to create a lot of space for you to feel your feelings and name your feelings and whatnot. But if you're deregulated, do any of these things to help you regulate. Get aware of your body sensations, exercise, move, put on some dance music. Kitty cat's looking at me. I think she wants to say hi to everyone. All right, one more liver move we're going to do, and that is connecting the fist to the inside of the hand. And you're going to do this on both sides, back and forth. And then you're going to add a rock. So you're going to rock, not an actual rock, you're going to rock back and forth, back and forth. I think she does too. So when you go back on the heels, you're going to bring the hands together, and then you're going to bring the hands behind you and switch hands and come the other ones. That makes sense? this one. It's working up a sweat. I am sticking my butt out and I'm on my heels when my hands are forward. And then when my hands are behind me, I'm on my tippy toes. Okay, now the next one is we're going to just do that with the hands. And that also activates the liver. Good. You can add a rock to that too if you want. Advanced. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Bring the left arm to the back of the right shoulder. Bring the right hand to the kidneys and look to the right. Breathe 2 times. Other side. Oh, kitty's gone. I think she's hunting lizards. Sorry. Okay, and then we're going to swing back and forth and just activate the kidney channel here, tapping on the kidneys. All right, good job. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, let's see if Kitty wants to join us. You want to say hi to everyone, baby? Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Tiger Lily. I love you. I love you. I want some food. That's really why I came in. Sorry to parade you. Okay, so before we go into the foot massage, just a quick commercial from our sponsor, which is me. Please support my music. If you'd like to listen to me on Spotify, that is a great way to support me. Also, I've got a fundraiser for my next cartoon video from Scribble Soup, and you get to get a signed CD if you donate $50 or more from several of the people involved in this project. And also commercial for this incredible magic gel called Asia, which is linked below as well. I don't necessarily make money unless you get like $100 or more of these products, which I recommend, because having that water and this is one of the best anti-inflammatory things that I think you can put on you. If I ever have like anything come up physically, I just use this like 5 times a day and it's gone like in a day. Ooh, my foot just started hurting. Let's see. Ooh, look, I've got Asia gel. It's gonna feel better instantly. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, y'all. Let's get to the foot massage now. Rotate each toe a few times in each direction. And then pull the toe away from the foot. Kitty cat. Kitty cat. I'm streaming live. I was showing you. Oh, how much is it? It depends on shipping. It's like $40 or $50. But it lasts a long time. It's amazing. It's all natural. And the water is just such a good thing to have in the medicine cabinet. Especially during this time of year, y'all. Mark my word. Go and get you some water. I'm serious. It's good for emergencies. Rotate the whole ankle a few times in each direction. Bring the toes back. And rub the bottom of the feet. And what I could try to do is order some so I have extras on hand so you don't have to like get it from online. You can maybe get it for me. but I'll need to know if you definitely want it. Yeah, you guys can come to the market tomorrow from 4 to 7 in Virginia Highlands. I'll be playing some kids' music. Now rub between your toes. Cutie pie. I thought you wanted to come in to join us for class. Find an acupressure point on your foot that feels good and hold that for 20 seconds. You're welcome, Jebby. Jebby and I both performed at this event on 2 Wednesdays ago. Yeah, big party for Delta Airlines. Let's find another point. Why not? I'm also going to live stream at 4 o'clock today if you want to pop on and hear some of the news related to hemp, as well as streaming the live meeting. All right, tap that foot. Now we're going to find a point under the knee on the inside of the leg. And you're going to hold that for 20 seconds. It's wherever it feels the most triggering. Baby. What are you saying? Do you wish you were a little taller so you could open it? She almost reached it. She stretched her whole body. And now on the outside of the knee, above the leg, find another point, like 1 to 5 fingers above. Find that trigger point. Hold that for 20 seconds. Hi, honey. Oh, really? Are you sure about that? Oh, really? And then tap up and down. And then brush. Oh, the ears are really good acupressure stuff too. Let's pull them down and go around. All right, and let's rotate the toes in the other foot, rotating each toe a few times in each direction. Speaking of toes, that ASEA gel is also really good for athlete's foot. She's being a little tricky. I know what you're doing. I know what you're up to. Love her so much. Rotate the whole ankle a few times in each direction. Bring the toes back, rub the bottom of the feet. Rub between your toes. Doing a foot massage is very regulating, isn't it? And find a point on your foot and hold that for 20 seconds. I don't think I'm performing at Golden Drops this Saturday. They were having a veteran rally, So I will most likely be there for it, but I might have another thing I need to do. I'm not sure. All right, let's find another point on the foot. Can you wait till I'm done with class? I'm doing a class right now. You're right. I did open the, in the middle of class, but right now I'm in the middle of an exercise. So if you could wait till I'm done, that'd be awesome. All right, tap the foot again. Now we're going to find a point under the knee on the inside of the leg. And 20 seconds. She's not. She's moving. She's meowing. I don't know if she's deregulating or regulating right now. Because she's being cute no matter what. You're hearing her range of meows that she doesn't usually express. She's saying, I really want to go outside and play with the lizards. Right, baby? I'm talking about you. Sorry. And the outside of the leg. Can you just wait till I'm done with class? And then we could do whatever you want. On the top, above the knee, on the outside of the leg. Gonna find a point there. No, remember I said in 5 minutes? Oh, there's no such thing as time where you're from? Oh, well, 5 minutes is 300 seconds, 300 meows, but without you meowing. In 300 meows without you meowing, I will be able to get up. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. I think it made sense to her. All right, tap up and down. And brush. No, you don't have to do the 300 meows. You just imagine doing that. She's done. All right, we finished that. Y'all, good job today. Please continue to comment about your regulation. So I'm going to do at least one more class on self-regulation, and the next class is specifically going to be catered towards the artistic mind and why it's challenging to regulate with the artistic mind. You are so welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you who are interested, I am gonna just shoot in the comments real quickly the fundraiser. Let's see where we're at with that. We're trying to raise $3,333, and we are up to $315. So we need about $3,000 more dollars to make this video happen. So if you or anyone you know can help. Oh, that link is too long. Let's see, that's the long link. She's really getting annoyed with me. All right. 3 more minutes, baby. We're going to go ahead and bow it out. And then if you have any questions, let me know. You get to be lifted up for all your meowing. You get to be lifted up for all your meowing. Are we going to have a meow bow? Ready? Thanking all the ancestors. She she zhong she. Thanking all the teachers. She she lao zhe. And then we're going to spread our compassion and gratitude to the whole entire world, including to our kitty cats. Thank you, baby, for being in my life. She's saying, don't show my face. All right, y'all. Love you so much. And I will see you Monday, 11:30 for our next live Qigong class. See you at 4 if you want the hemp news of the month today. And maybe I'll pop on for a live reading. Who knows? If I get to 2,500 subscribers by Sunday, I am going to do a little concert for you. So that would be awesome. Y'all stay lifted or stay self-regulated. That's the expression. We need to come up with an expression like stay self-regulated, but something that's a little shorter and make that normalized or regular. You know? Because, like, stay cool. I don't know. I might want to be a geek. Stay free. I don't know. That might seem too hippie, even though I don't like the word hippie. Stay. I don't know. Let's think of something cool. I love life. I love life as you live life. I honor your deepest creation in this life. And I encourage you to love yourself and be yourself for the highest good. Yeah, stay tuned. But that's already been used to say, like, stay tuned, like tune in. Maybe they hijacked that expression. Maybe it needed to be the way we're talking about it. Stay harmonized. We'll think of something. All right, y'all. Peace and love and self-regulation. You're right. They're staying tuned to 440. We want to tune to 432. All right, y'all. We're going to figure this out. Till next time. Stay regular.